It's fantasy football draft season, and we're looking for that juice in the middle rounds of our fantasy draft. We're looking for those running backs who can turn that stone over and be that guy that wins our leagues. Today, we're looking at Jonathon Brooks, the rookie running back for the Carolina Panthers. We're going to look at his upside. We're going to look at the advanced metrics. We're going to strategize around him to see whether or not you want him for fantasy football, whether or not you need to draft him right now. But before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now. We're doing deep dives on these players every single day. Even in season, we do it on the top waiver wire players or the guys with top headlines, so you know what's going on, the deep facts, the data, the information. Click that subscribe button. We will be a resource this whole season for setting lineups, picking up guys off waivers. Jonathon Brooks is at risk being on the injured reserve, being on the pup, not starting off the season. Let that grind your gears a little bit as we talk about him, because he was not a highly sought-after prospect coming out of high school, but he went to Texas. That's where he signed, had decent size coming out of high school, but when we got to Texas, we had to wait a little bit. I wonder why. There's this guy named Bijan Robinson. If you haven't heard about him, he's pretty good. Considered a generational talent coming out of high school. He was making the other running backs wait a little bit before they got their opportunity. He was mature. He waited things out. He eventually got his chance in 2023. Took the ball and ran with it, no pun intended. 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns, caught 25 balls, looked electric, had some big moments last year, was considered the best running back in the 2024 NFL draft class by many, and he created a lot of missed tackles with 63 of them, yards after contact, 732, 34th in the country. This guy's solid catching balls out of the backfield. He's electric between the tackles and in an open space. He can get you big gains. That's what we're looking at here with Jonathon Brooks, and he was drafted in the second round, the first running back drafted in the 2024 NFL draft. But the problem is he's coming back from an ACL injury that he endured later last season. So him coming back, seeing a full workload is in jeopardy this year, or when is it even going to happen? We don't know, but we can speculate that we're seeing a running back here with a lot of upside, with a lot of juice and a lot of wiggle, eventually coming back somewhere down the line. Could be middle of the year, end of the year, next few weeks, next year, providing some juice for the Carolina Panthers. Looking at the running backs last year, it was Chuba Hubbard, Miles Sanders, and when he's out, or if he's out, Chuba Hubbard, Miles Sanders, getting less than 4 yards per carry. Team's not going to like that. We got a new coaching staff, so you can't really look at the pacing stats or anything like that from last year, or the rushing attempts or anything like that. New coaching staff, different personnel. They're making a lot of changes, adding Deontay Johnson, Xavier Legette and company, but they did not get what they wanted out of the running back position last year. That's why they paid up for a running back with a torn ACL, because he's good on tape, catches the ball out of the backfield, and is electric. The fact that they paid so much for him in the NFL draft, even though he's damaged goods, means that they're in on his talent, and he could be the X factor for this offense. And now we're getting closer to draft season. Underdog drafters are starting to realize this guy might be on the pup. This guy might be on injured reserve, and he's fallen in drafts a little bit. He's went from the 6th round all the way down to the 9th round. He was a 6th round dandy. And the fact is, you can now draft your RB2s and now get Jonathon Brooks as your upside RB3. The price is even better. And as an upside RB3, the strategy is, let me look at you here for the moment, is to draft him. Do not draft a kicker or defense. Put him on your injured reserve. Then pick up your kicker and defense later, if you can do that. If you have injured reserve spots later, he goes on injured reserve. You put him on your injured reserve. You stash him for a little bit. Start playing the waiver wire. Start doing that. Get that top guy off the waiver wire. Add him to your team. Draft who you want with your last picks. Don't worry about that kicker or defense, that one pick that you don't want to make at the end of your draft. Put him on injured reserve later. Then you get that one player you do not want to get, and then you move on from there. But you don't need him, because you don't want to do that. You can't afford that. You'd rather go somewhere else with that mid-round pick, even though it's the 9th round range. maybe cheaper in a home league draft because casual drafters don't think with strategy, and once they hear injured reserve, pup, players scale back a little bit. Maybe you catch him on the cheap, even cheaper than what we just saw, even though he's falling in drafts where guys speculate on players a little bit more, pull on those lottery tickets. He's still a lottery ticket. You may not want a lottery ticket, but you need him because you want a lottery ticket at running back that if he comes back middle of the year, has the chance to take over, has the chance to be the guy, has the chance to win your league. That is what you're looking at here because he's going to be used in the passing game. He's going to be electric between the tackles, creates a lot of missed tackles. He is a good running back prospect that got heavy draft capital, who has a lot of burst, that might come back somewhere down the line, and you may want to pull that lottery ticket. If you don't, get something else. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Be sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. Thank you for watching. Catch you on the next video.